Welcome back to Let's Learn English. I'm Jessica, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host Daniel. Today, we are diving into a topic close to my heart, expressing your dreams and goals in English. Whether preparing for an interview or chatting with friends, talking about the future with confidence is a game changer. How are you doing today, Daniel? Are you ready?
Hey Jessica, I'm doing fantastic and I'm so excited about today's topic. Welcome everyone to Let's Learn English. Talking about what we want to achieve is one of the best ways to connect, but it can be tricky because there's a big difference between talking about a wild dream and a practical plan. Today, we'll give you the exact words to express both.
Absolutely. That distinction between a dream and a goal is a perfect place to start. In English, we use different verbs depending on how realistic our plans are. For example, if I say, I wish I could buy an island, that's a far-fetched dream. But if I say, I plan to buy a house next year, that's a concrete goal.
Yes, for those big dreams, things that are far off, we use verbs like wish, dream of, or hope to. For instance, when we use dream of, we follow it with an ing verb. So you would say, I dream of traveling the world. It sounds very romantic and open-ended.
It really does. And wish is interesting because we use it with the past tense or could to show it's not a current reality. Like, I wish I spoke 5 languages. On the other hand, hope to is much more realistic. I hope to pass my English exam next month.
Exactly. Hope to shows positive expectation. Now, what happens when we talk about actual solid goals? This is where we get into planning to, aiming to, and going to. These phrases show commitment, like saying, I'm going to take an advanced English course.
Right. I am going to or I plan to shows that you have already made up your mind. And I am aiming to sounds very professional. I am aiming to finish my project by Friday.
It really does. Speaking of targets, that brings us beautifully to some of the amazing idioms we use in English to talk about goals. English is so rich with idiomatic expressions in this area. Jessica, what is your absolute favorite idiom for dreaming big?
Oh, hands down, it has to be shoot for the stars. It means to set your sights incredibly high. You might hear someone say, even if you don't fully succeed, you should shoot for the stars because you'll still achieve something great. It encourages people not to limit themselves.
I love that. I really like keep your eyes on the prize. This is all about focus and determination. For our listeners learning English, keeping your eyes on the prize of fluent communication will keep you motivated even when grammar gets tough.
That is such a perfect application, Daniel. Now, on the opposite end of shooting for the stars, we have expressions for things that are highly unrealistic. Have you ever heard the phrase pie in the sky?
Oh, pie in the sky is classic. It refers to an idea or a plan that is pleasant to contemplate but very unlikely to happen. For example, I'm going to become a famous actor next week without any experience. That's a bit of a pie in the sky dream.
Yes, definitely a pie in the sky. But we also need practical ones. Another idiom that fits this practical side is step by step. We use this to describe making progress gradually and patiently. You can't reach a massive goal overnight. You have to take it step by step.
Absolutely. And in professional settings, we often talk about having a game plan. A game plan is a strategy or a detailed scheme to achieve a goal. So you might ask, what's our game plan for launching this new project?
I love that. Game plan sounds so organized and ready for action. Let's think about how our listeners can use these in real-world scenarios, like in a job interview. If an interviewer asks, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Daniel, how would you approach answering that using the grammar we've discussed?
That question can definitely make people nervous, but it's actually a wonderful opportunity. I would start with a strong professional structure, like, in 5 years, I aim to be in a leadership role, or I look forward to expanding my expertise in digital marketing.
Yes, and I look forward to is such a crucial one to get right. Can we talk about the grammar of that phrase for a second? It trips up so many English learners.
Oh, absolutely. This is one of the most common mistakes I hear. People often say, I look forward to meet you. But in English, to in this phrase is a preposition, so it must be followed by a gerund. I look forward to meeting you.
Yes, thank you for clarifying that. It sounds a bit strange at first, but it needs that ing. So I look forward to advancing my career, or I look forward to taking on more responsibility. It sounds incredibly polished and professional.
It really does. Now, Jessica, let's do a quick, friendly practice. We've talked about the theory, but let's share some of our own real goals and dreams. What is a goal you are currently working towards, and what is your game plan for it?
I would love to. Right now, a major personal goal of mine is to improve my public speaking. I've always wanted to deliver a TED Talk one day. That's my shoot for the stars dream. But my practical game plan is to take it step by joining a local speaking club next month.
That is an amazing goal, Jessica. As for me, my current goal is to run a half marathon by the end of the year. My game plan is to follow a training app, running 3 times a week. I'm keeping my eyes on the prize of crossing that finish line.
That is fantastic, Daniel. A half marathon is no joke. I love how you are applying step-by-step progress to your physical fitness. It just goes to show that these concepts and vocabulary words apply to every area of life: career, health, hobbies, and of course, language learning.
They really do. And for our listeners, your goal might be to read an entire book in English or to have a conversation with a native speaker without feeling anxious. Whatever your goal is, the key is to express it clearly and confidently. Even saying it out loud to yourself in English can make a huge difference.
That is such a powerful tip, Daniel. Speaking your goals aloud helps build that muscle memory and confidence. Let's do a quick recap of the key language tools we shared today so our listeners can start using them right away.
Great idea. First, we looked at verbs for dreams. Dream of, followed by an ing verb, wish for hypothetical situations, and hope to for realistic desires. Then we moved on to active, committed goals using planning to, going to, and aiming to. These show determination.
We also explored some fantastic idioms: shoot for the stars for massive ambitions, keep your eyes on the prize for staying focused, pie in the sky for unrealistic dreams, and taking things step by step with a solid game plan. And finally, look forward to followed by an ing verb.
Perfect summary, Jessica. I hope our listeners feel inspired to put these phrases to use. Remember, every big achievement starts with a decision to try. Take it step by step. Share your dreams and goals with us in the comments or reviews.
Absolutely. Before we go, make sure to subscribe to Let's Learn English. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Keep dreaming big, and we'll see you next time on Let's Learn English.
Bye, everyone. Keep your eyes on the prize.